Hello, my name is Jeffrey Simon. I'm a veteran of the United States Army who has a strong IT background from my service with a well-versed education in health sciences. I have a bachelor's in exercise science and currently working in the health field as a behavioral technician. But now I want to return to the IT field and expand on my solid foundation of discipline and patience crafted by the military into becoming a full-stack developer. I'm currently a student in the Savvy Coder's full-stack program and looking forward to this new direction in coding. To merge both the worlds I am in with health and tech, my capstone project will be a web application that recommends supplements and articles based upon the ailments you provided. Now allow me to share my screen and show you my web application. All right, so first thing first, when you see the website, you see a very minimalistic approach to the design. I drew a lot of inspiration from Apple, who have a very minimalistic approach to their products, and I find it very, very appealing to the eye. And as you hover over the all-around logo, the letters begin to span out. I just thought that was a very uh, aesthetically pleasing and stands out amongst competitors. Just kind of makes this website distinguish itself from anybody else. And then we have the logo here. I have a pretty good background in graphic design, but honestly, this logo took less than 5 minutes to create. I found an aesthetically pleasing circle along with a heart and a brain to symbolize how all around encompasses both health and knowledge of what you're putting in your body. And it kind of looks like a smiley face as well. So right now we're currently on the home page, but we're going to go to the contact page first, and then we're going to save the juicy stuff for later, because that's where all the functionality is at, is the home page. On the contact page, we describe what we do here at All Around, which is pulling data from the NIH in order to give you the best supplements that that recommended for the ailments you gave it. We have very accredited, institution here that's providing with this data. And then we have contact information if you want to reach out to All Around team. So we're gonna go straight to the homepage. Like I said, not much going on in contact, just to let you know what the website's about. And we get here, first thing asking you, how can we help? So right here, I'm just gonna enter my age. I'm gonna put, I'm 25, which is true. I drink alcohol and smoke, which is not true. What ailments do I bring here? I would say weight management, and let's say I'm not taking any of the following. I just want to know what supplements I need. I'll click submit. And based upon my input, I have apple cider being recommended to me. And now if I were to click on any of these links, it's going to recommend me, it's going to send me to a NIH supplement listing. And now within this database of the NIH, we have thousands of supplements from here. And depending on what you put as your ailment and what you took as a pretrial, if you took any supplements that would, counteract what we recommend, we'd give you a different recommendation. So from here, apple cider vinegar was the best option for you. And you could go down here and scroll down the page and look up the general information about the brand, product classification, label information. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can actually click on the website and you can navigate it and purchase the supplement via the website directly. So I think that's very helpful right there. So we have the supplements right here, 3 listings, and then we have an article right here about apple cider vinegar. We could click on that as well. And it takes us to an RX list website, where it's another official website to give clear and vivid explanation of what apple cider vinegar does, where it's from, what it does to the body, and how it works. And then also here, how I clicked smoking and drinking earlier, we have articles right here from the NIH recommending or giving you information about how drinking affects the body, alcohol specifically. And then we have smoking as well. We have another article from the NIH, all giving you an idea of how these can harm your health, and maybe that is what's causing your ailment. So we'll go straight to the code right here. That's where the fun was at. For me, I had a lot of issues with pulling from the API of NIH. So my API request was very much busted in the beginning. That's when I started to reach out to TAs. I started to reach out to peers around me for help on resolving that issue. And after a couple of JIRA tickets and, like I said, talking to people around me, my team, we were able to resolve the issue. And then after that, it just steamrolled into creating a web application and started running very smoothly. So I'm very proud of the API request that was finally got implemented into the website, because that is essentially the functionality of it. And then we have here a bunch of if statements, which is pretty much depending on what ailments you provided. And then the pre-trials you also implemented, or you also tapped in. So from here, I have a whole bunch of recommendations depending on what you inputted. And I think I'm very proud of that, because that was relatively not hard, but it was difficult to troubleshoot at some time, especially with some of the semantics behind these if statements were very hard to move around. But I came around, and I'm very proud of what I did with that. And the biggest thing, of course, is the API call. This is the bread and butter right here. And then I want to show you guys what I originally intended for the website, which is not too off, but off enough where I do see a better future for this. So right here is the homepage is not too much different from it. We just have different tabs right here. We have read and shop, which are not included right now. And those are two things I definitely want to add in the future. Shop, being a little crunch on time, I couldn't implement that. And read, I kind of included that within the results. So you do get an article, but it's just not a separate tab of its own. I do think the website still functions, very great for what it has, despite of that. And then right here, this is what the shop page was supposed to look like. But like I said, I was on a time crunch and wasn't able to complete that. But nonetheless, still came out great as far as my final product. And then right here, this is the recommendation page. If there's one thing I do want to change, I do want to make it more column-based as far as recommended supplement and then the article. So you're seeing it in a more, I feel, in a more aesthetically pleasing format. That's something I can make an adjustment on. And that's something that in the future, I'm going to implement Agile, because Agile was very important in completing just what I got for the minimal viable product. As far as implementing agile skills, I had an issue with before this program with completing goals in these small bursts. And I feel like with being a scrum master at one point in agile, I was able to complete a lot of these small goals and overcome that problem I had, where I'm able to communicate what I need to do. I'm speaking to my teammates. There's just a flow of direction that I really appreciated, and I'm definitely going to implement as far as further progressing this web application. Let me get back to my web application. I'd like to say thank you guys for listening to my presentation about my all-around product. Any questions?